Hello, everybody! Anime Reefs! Yay!
You don't mean that.
I really
Uh,
don't this time, yeah.
Honestly, it's a bit of a conflicted opinion here. I personally liked this show about as much as I liked Edotama, what little I saw of it anyway, due to time constraints.
It's Gintama,
Whereas,
by the way, the show we're doing. I should probably. Gintama.
right. Whereas Casey, I'll let Casey say it, of course.
Yeah, Casey, tell the people.
The show bored me to the point where about 15 minutes in, I didn't want to. We're getting an echo, by the way, from somebody. Like, somebody, I swear to God, headphones. So, yeah, about 15 minutes in, I saw the 47-minute timer for how long the first episode was. I was like, nah, son, and just kind of stopped. So, yeah. Well, saying that, that was how far I got the first time I tried to watch this, which was last week, and we didn't record that day for reasons.
So you were just gonna go into that show last week that we didn't do because no one else but me was here, knowing full well you didn't watch it. You're never gonna say anything to me,
Yeah, pretty much.
ass.
Yeah.
To his credit, I've gotten away with that about a dozen times in the past.
Yeah,
But he
it's not
narrates
like
the
I'm the
damn
first
episode.
one to do this, although admittedly I did give Zero so much shit every time he did this. But
Okay, to the point that I'm really glad we established that new rule now because you have any idea how many shitty shows I've watched I wanted to shut off?
okay, the new rule is basically if it's just you just really really want to stop watching, you can stop about halfway through. However, caveat, if there if the show is so if you can't fathom any one of us actually finishing this show voluntarily, you still have to finish it because there is still the concept of this needs to be a show that we're doing that we can talk about this show we're reviewing. That's
And I should also note, the only times I've ever done it has been due to time constraints. Given the chance, I've always watched the show just so that I can weigh in with my opinion.
Thank you, patient, for actually going with the spirit of what this is supposed to be instead of giving up halfway through the show.
yeah.
Like
Well,
Casey did.
at the very least,
Why am I
I
personally
already
offended by
knew
this?
Kenchi at the very least would know everything about this show, which you do, right?
Yes, but it's not the point. Yeah.
Well, shall we go ahead and get to the summation then? Kenji, your center stage today.
All right. I hate when I narrate shows because I feel like I suck at it. All right.
No, you're fine.
Gintama. So the show starts a bunch of samurai chasing one particular samurai in a bamboo forest, and they all stand off and face off like there's about to be a big old fight scene between one samurai and several other samurai. Only this one samurai, all by himself, chooses not to draw a sword and runs away. It's here we learn there's a sword ban. Apparently, that's the first little bit of world building there is in this series. This is the main character, silver-haired Gintama.
That's
Or-
not his name. He
That's
does
not-
have a name, and it is the name of a famous samurai from
It's
like
Gintoki. It's Gintoki.
yeah, he's from like the 10th, 11th century. He did not live in an era that where there was a sword ban, as far as I'm aware. That was pretty much like the whole like late 19th century thing with the Shinsengumi, which are also a part of this show. Basically, what I'm getting at is this show is an anachronism soup of Japan, which makes it near incomprehensible to me. So, just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.
So Gintoki continues to run, and we're introduced to the second character, who is the straight man, Shinpachi. He cannot fight, but he works with Gintoki because he wants to learn how to be a samurai. That doesn't really go that well. But yeah, third character of this trio is a tiny girl riding a gigantic dog, and she is extremely strong physically. Her name is Kagura. And so the entire opening of the show is basically introducing these three characters, and a chase scene between them and these aforementioned samurai. It's basically shtick to show you what this is going to be. And it also introduces to you that the city of Edo, which, if I am correct, used to be what Tokyo is called. Anyone know? Anyone know? Sure. So I think it's it.
It is a period in Japanese history, which I don't know when it was, but it was. I believe it might be the period when Sakata Gintoki existed, but I don't remember. It's not exactly something I am strong on.
Well, it's that, but I also believe it is the old name of Tokyo.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with that until someone yells at me and proves me wrong. Now, the first weird thing is there's floating cars and shit. They go from an old Japanese style looking neighborhood to basically what amounts to a modern day main street. Cars and stuff. Floating cars. And then the title intro kicks in. All right, let's see what my notes say. Okay. After the title sequence, anyone jump in at any time, please. I'm suffering here.
I'm just enjoying this.
There's why are you jumping in? Go
ahead. This show, it has one thing with Gintama, is that it's, as you know, it's parody. It's supposed to be humorous, and so, you know, character gets confronted by the standard showdown against random people with swords and runs away. The sword band, right?
Yep.
And after running away and essentially, like he's running away and he encounters his other members of his.
Okay, Zero's very distracted because he's summarizing the bit that Kenshi already summarized.
Yeah, okay, I'm trying to get to where we were in my head. Where are we? Sorry.
We were right after the chase.
Kenshi, you thought you were doing badly. Feel better about yourself. Okay.
Yes,
I'm
please.
sorry, I got hit with a okay.
Take it away, Kenshi.
Please save me.
All right, so after that, we're introduced to another group. As far as I can remember, because I didn't watch many episodes, as I watched enough. Was a group.
Is this the Shinsengumi bit?
Yeah, Shinsengumi bit.
Where they're going in to arrest somebody and the captain has a Starscream for a lieutenant.
Yes, an obvious Starscream. Like, it's not even subtle. But yeah, more of that. Oh my gosh.
I remember this bit. They go into a house to arrest somebody, and Captain busts into a room, and Lieutenant fires a rocket launcher or something
to try to kill the captain.
Yeah, and the captain doesn't really realize that was an attempt to kill him or something.
He's like, you just tried to kill me. He's like, that was a joke. He's like, I'm just doing what I usually do. So you always try to kill me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the apparent bad guys are a dude with a yellow afro and devil horns, and he's talking about some sort of plan, some sort of thing that's being shipped. He has no idea what this thing is because he cannot read the instructions. Then the Shinsengumi attack. We end up getting away because the captain was almost killed by his own underling.
Yep.
Allows the bad guys to slip out. Then we basically go back to Gintoki and crew. They are freelancers. They basically do whatever odd job comes their way, and they don't seem very successful at this because they seem broke. Anyway, introduce that bit of them, and they get a client.
Yep. There is an extended sequence of Gintoki reading Shonen Jump and lamenting the fact that he reads Shonen Jump at his age, which Shonen Jump is also a thing in this setting. Like I say, anachronism, stew.
The show doesn't have a very friendly relationship with the fourth wall, from what I saw.
Yep.
No, not at all.
I'm pretty sure this was actually a Jump series as well at some point, so that makes it just poking fun at the audience.
All right. So anyway, they get this sad-looking man with bald hair and hair on the sides. I don't know what that hairstyle would be called. But anyway,
It'd be called Ancient Businessman.
we'll go with that because I have no idea what to call him. So anyway, apparently, this poor unfortunate man, was cheated out of his house. And after that, his wife left and took his daughter with him. So right now, what he's going to Gintoki and crew for, he basically tells his story, and they're super into it. God. Like, I don't know what the mission actually ends up being. Like, he just tells us he just tells a sob story, and they go out. It's just basically the entire first episode's introduction of all the characters that are basically going to be in the rest of the show. I can't remember the actual story of this episode, but they just meet everybody.
It's at first it's just like, hey, I need some money because I lost my house and I lost my wife and everything. I got swindled, and then he gets kind of bullied by the two people who are, probably behind him losing everything, and he's like, I want to be stronger. So proceed to try to train him how to be stronger, but he sucks.
Yeah. So there are so many characters introduced in this first episode. There's not even a point.
There's a ninja girl that's in love with Gin and is kind of like Darkness from Konosuba.
Her name is Ayame.
Yeah.
I don't know why I just said that after I said there's no point in naming all these characters because there's so many of them. Oh my god. You know what, Casey? On second thought, you're probably right to stop 15 minutes in because you wouldn't remember it. This is not a show that has stuff in it.
He goes off and he's like, I have some business to take care of, and he goes to this like mansion place, and he encounters person with a hat and this large white mask called Elizabeth. We don't know what she is, but she's beautiful. Who warns him that about the aliens, and he's like, okay.
Yes, because aliens are a thing in this setting.
Yeah, and he walks around, and then he encounters one of the bad guys, who's like, I'm gonna fight you. And then they proceed to start a fight. It is a very disjointed and, to be honest, somewhat bland first episode.
Because it's mostly just shtick, it's very hard to describe because, you have to actually watch it to get it, and you can't really recap it. Like, nothing really happened. As far as that goes,
I bounced off this show really hard when I first tried to watch it.
When I watched the show, I was doing other things. It was on in the background. And that's how I got through like 13 episodes of this. Because sitting back and going back to watch it now, I couldn't actually watch it if I tried to watch it now and pay attention. I wouldn't have any idea what was going on.
It seems to me kind of like if you strip out all of the anachronisms, the aliens, the flying cars, and also samurai, it's kind of almost like a Seinfeld anime. Like, technically the characters seem to do things, but not really. Nothing really happens.
They do things, but nothing seems to matter. Nothing of consequence ever really seems to happen, that things just don't go back to the episode.
Yeah. Which, to be perfectly clear, a lot of people love Seinfeld. I wasn't one of them. So, there's that.
And I'm fine with shows like that. If it amuses me while whatever episode long story they're telling works for me. This did not. Now, I said before, there's nothing wrong with Gintama. I said that last week.
It's really not my style of show.
Yeah, I watched it under different circumstances than I watched it this time around. I actually tried to pay attention this time.
Yeah.
Those scenes that we described. The reason I was struggling through the Shinsengumi, trying to describe what happened and trying to stretch it out to make it seem like it was longer, because it was long. Because these scenes, some of these scenes are long, but nothing plot-wise happens, and it's just mostly jokes.
Oh, it didn't help that the version I was watching was apparently an old fan sub, because that was, the thing to be done at the time. There wasn't just official subs for everything.
That's why it was 47 minutes.
Yeah, I was immediately put off when they translated, I think it was Jodanjanai, which is, this isn't a joke, to "Are you fucking kidding me?" or something like that, which, in the olden days, before time, in the long ago, fan subbers really loved to pepper in some cursing in there for basically no reason. Yeah, so that did not help that the subs were, let's say, subpar for me.
Joke.
That's true. I didn't catch that. Yeah. Patient, you still with us?
Yes.
So, you liked the show a lot. Well, you liked what you saw of the show. I don't know whether a lot is accurate. So...
Yeah, I did greatly enjoy what I saw. There wasn't much that I got the chance to watch. Basically, the introduction where the guy tore up the business proposal that he was given. The second group that was introduced, that was as far as I got. Again, time constraints work out, that sort of thing. But honestly, I liked their abusive relationship with the fourth wall. The fact that they just didn't take it very seriously. Overall, like I said, it just reminded me of Otama. And just, if it's not taking itself too seriously and just going for wackiness, I like that. Which is strange because I used to hate parodies, but I guess I only hate parodies of pre-existing things.
Yeah.
It's because you realize life is a joke.
Everything is funny.
Yeah.
So why not just laugh?
I can kind of see where you're coming from. With a comparison to like Etatama, that I think I liked that one. I liked that one a lot, to be clear. I think I liked that one more because there was a coherency to it.
Yeah, there was a point.
Like,
stuff kind of built on stuff.
There was a narrative through line to that one. It was very obviously parody with that fucking fight scene that was brilliant. But there was still a narrative in there that could be tracked and followed, whereas this is more all over the place. There are samurai, and also there are the Shinsengumi, and then you have cars, but also Shonen Jump, and there are aliens now, and what?
So there's just too much going on to get a good grip on the story. It's just too much wackiness and not enough plot to go along with it, is basically why you don't like it.
Yeah, it's wackiness with no setup for the wackiness. There's no consistency of logic to set up jokes properly for it from me. So
I see. Well, I can definitely understand that. Maybe going on further, I might have discovered some issues with it myself. Once again, time constraints.
Yeah.
I do intend to watch this show when I have more time. I did enjoy what I saw. I am not sure if I liked it quite enough to go through 300 episodes.
No, you won't.
I knew somebody who was really into Gintama, and just I could never understand. Like they'd use references to this show, and I'd be like, I just don't get it. I don't find this funny. It's weird.
Well, I
but
mean,
it's not.
clearly there must have been enough people who did love it that it got to 300 episodes in the first place.
That's a very good point. A damning point, even.
So yeah, that's a thing. It's sure there is an audience for it. Clearly, I'm just not one of them.
Yeah. So Casey, thumbs down. Patient, thumbs up. Kenshi watches his background noise.
And I'm just like, yeah, it's fine. It's not for me.
Not common that we're quite so divided, so it seems.
Like, I did not like it when I was watching it, but I can't remember anything from it. So, so it must not be good if I can't remember anything from it.
I wouldn't say it must not be good. I would say
there's a correlation between good and memorable, but not. It's not a complete one. It's not perfect. There are good things you don't remember. There are bad things that you remember clearly, like with perfect clarity. So,
well, I mean, the bad always sticks out more. So, anyway, anything else to say here?
Nah, the first episode was not 47 minutes long.
Let's roll another one, please.
All right. Okay, here we go. 26, we get 10.
J.
What is in J that I need to avoid?
Big J. Jojo.
Hey, Justice League Unlimited's in here. That counts.
Yeah, we've done a few of these.
And JoJo's in here like 18 times. Which you already watched for this show.
There's not that much to avoid anymore, it looks like. I mean, we've already done Jewel Pet, which would be the big one.
All right, sorry about that phone call that I had to pick up. And yeah, the last time we came to J, we got JoJo. I believe now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I thought so. 13 to go.
All right then.
JoJo.
So out of 13. 12.
12. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3.
Oh God.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, another one ambiguous by the name. Jewel Mujin no Fafner. Unlimited Fafner.
Okay, it's presumably about dragons because Fafnir was a dragon. Alright, here we go. No, probably not, actually, looking at it. Fucking anime with their random mythological terms just thrown in there for no reason. With the sudden appearance of the monsters that came to be called dragons, the world had completely changed. Before long, within the human race, supernatural girls with the power of the dragons called D were born.
Alright.
And then they all moved to One Piece. The secret existence of the only male D, the boy Mononobe Yu, was forcibly thrown into the school where the girls of D gathered. Midgar, where he saw the naked body of one of the students.
Not a harem anime.
Meeting his long-lost sister, Mitsuki. He seems to have been enrolled in this school. Question mark, exclamation point. When there's really no other choice, Iris, I will kill you. Can
What's
I
happening?
really believe you? The curtain opens as the one and only story about the boy who was supposed to become the strongest assassin and the incompetent girl unfolds. Unlimited school battle action.
You better say that last sentence. What's happening here? What? What is this?
This would probably be less irksome to me if I hadn't loved God of War so much and kind of fallen in love with the Norse mythology.
Well, this is not going to have any of it, so stop.
Yeah.
Just the words Midgar and Fafnir just effed your shit up. You should have known better the second you looked at this thumbnail.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop that link in the chat, and that's the thing we're doing.
Anyone gonna veto this?
If it had the edgy tag, I might. But yeah, not quite bad enough for me to waste my only veto this year.
It's real early in the year.
That never stopped any of you jerks before.
Oh yes, it did.
It was usually much worse when we had to bite that bullet, and this.
This just seems mildly annoying.
I can handle just a random battle school, whatever.
Yeah, it's just another one of these, another muck and key and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's it then. Unlimited Fafnir?
Unlimited faff, indeed. Alright.
Guys, is my mic cutting out again?
No,
Clearly.
you're fine. Okay, so that's what we're watching next week. None of us are looking forward to it, but we'll chew through it for you, the audience.
Just like we did this week, surely.
Yeah, totally. That's how that works. And we all know none of us actually really want to watch this show, so you have to sit through all of it.
Yeah. Damn it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.